Welcome back to the channel, it's 9, and today we are going to be talking about an insider claiming to have some pretty big news about Sony acquiring a popular Konami IP. Now, before we get into that, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. Now, let's kick it off with this alleged insider. We've talked about him before at VG News Insider on Twitter, who says PlayStation have privately acquired the rights to a very popular Konami IP. It is rumored to be the game I referred to in my earlier leak. More info next week. So, what does this mean? Well, VG News Insider is still in unproven territory, so this one is a make it or break it for his or her credibility. I think if this one ends up being true, this could do huge numbers for him or her over on Twitter in terms of following and just people really believing in what they're saying. This is also likely referring to MGS or Silent Hill. I think more or less it's going to be Silent Hill. I feel like MGS is going to take a lot to take that from Konami, but I could see them being able to take Silent Hill. This also seems to hint towards more details next week, possibly related to the rumored PlayStation event. This is also the alleged game that he talked about earlier being 70% complete and to release in 2023. Now, if you guys remember, account NGT on Twitter, we've talked about them as well, where they have been right in the past, and they've talked about Sly coming back and Infamous coming back. Well, they quote tweeted this and they said, I don't know who this guy is, but you shouldn't pay attention. So this is kind of taking, like, at least saying that this is inaccurate. Let's just say it that way. But then later on says in a tweet, it depends if he's referring to MGS. So I'm not sure how to take that. It really depends. So I guess what he's saying is if he's referring to MGS, then it's not true. But if it's Silent Hill, maybe it is. Who knows? Maybe it's a licensed IP instead. Who knows? But I'm sure we'll find out soon enough because they're saying more info next week. So if this is true, it's a huge deal, obviously, right? We know we've wanted Silent Hill. How are we going to get Kojima Productions to work on Silent Hill? Well, of course, the only way to do that is to buy the IP because they're not going to work with Konami again, but they will work, or he will work, with Sony, naturally. So I feel like that is one route this could go, or it could go a totally different way. Now, we've talked in the past that Sony doesn't need Konami. They don't need to buy Konami. That would not make any sense at all. The only two things they really have that are valuable is the Silent Hill IP and the Metal Gear IP that is valuable to them. Obviously, Castlevania, some other games too, but the biggest ones would be Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid. And if they could secure those, that would be a massive deal. The reasons why I am skeptical of all this is that no one really knew what Sony was doing behind the scenes till very close to the announcements of each acquisition. So I kind of find it hard to believe that there are insiders on this type of thing. I feel like, yeah, when we get really close to it being announced, sometimes these things leak out. But a lot of the times, it's just like really good speculation, or it's very obvious moves like Housemarque, like Bluepoint, that we kind of just expect, like, hey, acquisition wars are here. What ones make the most sense for Sony? And of course, everybody and their grandmother was saying that it's going to be Bluepoint and Housemarque, right? Like, we expected those. So I think in this case, we kind of expect that Sony will go that route because it makes sense. But at the same time, I feel like nobody probably has the information here. I could be wrong. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind being wrong about this one. This one is very promising because if we do truly get Sony privately buying the IP to Silent Hill or Metal Gear Solid or both, this is a huge deal. Imagine having Kojima Productions work on a Silent Hill game or working on Metal Gear Solid again. The other thing is too, though, that we do have to keep in mind is that, you know, Kojima might not want to work on Metal Gear Solid again. He's worked on Metal Gear Solid for so long. Maybe he wants to do something different. He may not want to work on Silent Hill. That's another thing. But I do feel like if this is truly the case, Sony has plans, man. They know what they're doing. They're thinking like 10 steps forward before they make a buy like this. They're not going to just buy something and have no intentions, no plans with it, or no secured plans with it, because it just wouldn't make any sense. I could see, if this is true, right? This is a big if. This is there's such an asterisk towards or on this if this is true, right? If this is true, I could see a Silent Hill VR game, and I think it would be so friggin' badass. I could totally see that happening, and how amazing would it be if Kojima was working on it? We know he's rumored to be working on a PSVR game, so if this is true, again, if this is true, he could be making a Silent Hill PSVR 2 game, which I think a lot of people would be excited for. But again, a lot of this is in the air. We just don't know what's going on. But I just wanted to bring this alleged insider news to you guys. You know, I know a lot of people are going to be covering this, and I always want you guys to feel like you're getting the news first when it's coming from me. And so here it is. I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of this piece of alleged insider news? Do you think Sony truly did buy a popular Konami IP privately? Please let me know in the comments. And as always, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links will be in the description, and share this video with a friend. I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.